Hello and many thanks for joining me, Elvis, for a Somerset Homebrew review. This is some beers. I've reviewed these beers in the past. This is from my brother's mate Chris. He's brewed these beers. I'll get them and show you. They're just kind of a dark, sort of a ruby coloured looking now. They're in clear glass bottles. Porterish type beer. I have no information on these beers at all. I don't know what they are, I don't know what they taste like, I don't know what the ABV is. All I know is this one's got a number 6 written on the crown. You probably can't see because it's too dark. And this one has a number 7 written on the crown. I'm probably going to fall off this chair during this review at some point. I should say at this point, if you're not interested in homebrew or you're not Chris, or you have, no interest in, beers that you don't know what they are, then probably switch off now because this is just going to be boring to you. But this is mainly just for Chris and anyone who's sort of interested in homebrew. Anyway, I've got these two beers. I believe the 7 is obviously a sort of is the newer version that he's produced. But I bought Hobgoblin from Witchwood Brewery. I have reviewed this before. It's a decent beer, not as good as it used to be. But it's like a ruby, it's the same sort of colour beer. I'm just going to pour this out and compare it and see what the similarities are. Obviously Witchwood's a big brewery, they brew on a large scale, and Chris is obviously brewing at home. So I'm going to pop these beers open a minute and just see what we've got in them. I'm going to pour a bit out of all of them and sort of compare them all. So here we go, I'm just going to do them from here. I'm not going to do any close-up views, it's a bit of an informal one this. So this is a 6. Which is fizzed up a little bit. You might get a better view at the crown there now. He has used yeast. They are bottle conditioned, so the bloke knows what he's doing. Well, I get a nice fizz as I'm pouring there. It's kind of looking a bit more toffee coloured in the neck of the bottle as opposed to ruby now. I would have bought a beer a little bit more similar to this colour if I'd have known, but even in the clear glass bottle it did, so you can see the sediment in there, it did sort of, I'll pour them all out first. Yeah, it did sort of look a bit ruby, but having said that, this one, see, it kind of looks a bit ruby-ish, but maybe not. Anyway, this is the 7. There's the crown upside down there. I'll put them all by it so I kind of remember what they all are. That wasn't so carbonated when I poured that one out. Yeah, it is a bit more brown than a ruby ale. I may have made a little bit of a mistake here, but I'm still going to pour them all out anyway and just have a little comparison and see what's going on. Like I say, they are bottle conditioned. I have poured them all in. I didn't mind the yeast, but they've been settling for a few days now anyway, so that's the 7 and the Hobgoblin. Well, we all know what that's like. I don't normally sit down to my reviews, and I just realised how restrictive it is. I actually had a lovely pint of Hobgoblin. It is actually, thinking about it, I thought Hobgoblin was a little bit more ruby than this. I had a lovely pint of this in a bar, a Marston's bar, just down the road from me here in Weston-super-Mare on Friday, and I'm not a big fan of large breweries, but to be fair, it was a nice creamy pint. Oh, there you go, you can see the... Right, well, the 3 glasses of beer actually don't look that dissimilar in colour, but the Hobgoblin's got a lot more head on it, and really that's about it. Anyway, let's start off with the 6. There's a bit of carbonation in there, no head whatsoever. The beer has completely lost its head. Once again, don't know the ABV of these beers, so I'm just going to take a wild guess, but I could be completely wrong. Anyway, let's get the aroma. Wow, now that smells nice and fruity. Definitely getting sort of hedgerow sort of berries sort of out of that. It almost smells like there's sort of a brambling cross or something like that, a real sort of fruity hop. I don't know whether he makes these from a kit or brews them sort of out of base ingredients. I really don't know. Like I say, he's my brother's mate, so... Hi Chris, by the way, and thanks for the beers. Sorry, I forgot to say if you're watching. That one smells incredibly fruity. I won't take a sip, I'll sniff them all first. That one smells a little bit more fruity to me. They all smell very sort of Christmassy. I'm not getting a lot of malt in there, to be honest. I said I'm not getting a lot of malt. I'm not getting like a lot of chocolate malt or a caramel or something like that. I'm not really getting that through it. It just smells incredibly fruity. Sweet fruit, sweet hedgerow berry fruit. Let's have a go on the old Hobgoblin. You know, the Hobgoblin, you're immediately getting that sort of forced carbonated. It's not bottle conditioned, this beer. It almost smells of bacon, not in a smoked beer sort of way. Yeah, it does smell mass marketed, or mass produced, sorry, not mass marketed, I should say. Let's go for the taste anyway, go on the taste. I'm not going to elaborate on the Witchwood beer because obviously I have reviewed that from in the past. Anyway, this is a 6. Cheers everyone. Cheers Chris. Oh, very sweet. It's syrupy, it's vanilla-ish, getting a slight tinge of vanilla in there. Actually tastes a little bit like, oh god, the plum, there's a plum porter somebody brewed, and I cannot remember the name of it. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. Titanic's plum porter actually reminds me of that. Very easy drinking. I'm saying about 4.5 to 5% ABV at a guess. I could be completely wrong. Plenty of carbonation in there. Good clean water quality in this beer as well. It's very fresh tasting beer. That is really nice. Nice sharp sort of bitter, sort of citrusy finish on it as well. Very fruity. Very, very fruity beer. This is the 7. And that's almost got a licorice quality to it. It's got the same qualities as the 6, but it's got more of a licorice quality, that a lot thicker mouthfeel, and well, I say a lot, it has a thicker mouthfeel. Definitely tastes more like a porter. There's a very sort of, almost tastes like a wine as well. Very vinous. A really good red wine. Yeah, it's very winey, grapey, winey. Yeah, definitely. Easily, these would be. You could easily sell these on the shelf. They are very good beers. Pardon me. I'd go with about a 5% out of that again as well. It's got a very, once again I can taste the water quality and that. Perhaps it's because it's local, obviously he's local, he's brewed it with local water, I'm used to the flavour of the water, perhaps I can taste that in there, I don't know. I'll compare it to the Hobgoblin. Yeah, now the Hobgoblin's got a lot more malt in there. I can really taste the sort of dark malt shining through there. It's not so fruity. I don't get me wrong, I do enjoy a pint of Hobgoblin. I can honestly say, as a dark beer lover, I think the 7. I need to have another try again. It's almost got an aniseed, sort of a blackjack quality to that beer. There's a lot of flavour in there, in that 7. Yeah, I think the 7 is the excuse me, is the kiddie. That is really good. Well done, Chris. I mean, I think that is of sellable quality. That is. And I've got a spider on my neck. Added review makes it interesting. Sorry. Yeah, definitely this one. I mean, I think I said about the plum porter. I think the plum porter's got a little bit more. The Titanic plum porter's got a little bit more flavour than the 6. The 7 has got a vinous quality that I don't think I found in the plum porter. But I really like that. I think, well, they're both lovely beers. 7 is my favourite, easily, hands down. They're more pleasant to drink than the Hobgoblin. So well done, Chris. I'm sure everyone else has switched off by now. Obviously, you're probably not interested in this anyway. But if you have watched, thanks for watching. Love to see your comments in the comments box. Well done to Chris. You continue to brew fantastic beers. Love to try some more of them. And if anybody knows Chris and they want to give him a job as a brewer, he knows what he's doing. But anyway, I don't know whether he actually wants a job, but that's besides the point. Yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks to Chris for the beers, and I've enjoyed drinking them. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Cheers, everyone. I'll see you again for a normal review, shorter as well. Cheers.